Good morning, everybody. I hope that you had a great weekend. Welcome back to the Keto Fit Weight Loss Coaching for Women. My name is Jess, and I help women lose weight with a keto diet and mindset and motivation coaching. This beautiful Monday morning, I would love to give you the keto tip of the week. And for this week, that is to take measurements and photos. Don't just rely on the scale only. You definitely want to take measurements and take photos to track your progress. So I like to share a story with my clients and really anybody who will listen. And that is that before I ever tried keto, my lowest weight was on my wedding day. I was pretty proud of how I looked. I felt great. I was at my lowest weight ever. And fast forward years later, I had gained a bunch of weight, gained about 50 pounds, and started keto and ended up losing those 50 pounds again. But before I got back down to my wedding weight, I was about 10 pounds heavier than what I weighed on my wedding day, but I was the same size. Odd, right? I was wearing the same pant size, 10 pounds heavier on keto than what I was 10 pounds lighter, just following kind of a calorie restriction type of diet. Actually, I think I was eating vegetarian at the time. So what does this illustrate? It illustrates the fact that keto is a body recompositioning diet. There are so many reasons that I could nerd out with you guys about why I think keto is the best way to lose weight. I always say it's not the only way to lose weight, but in my opinion, it's the best way for so many reasons. It is the most satisfying, in my opinion. It helps to suppress your appetite. You're never hungry. It's the most nutrient dense type of food that you can eat, so your body is still getting all the nutrients it needs, even while naturally consuming fewer calories. And then this whole idea of body recomposition is really, really powerful too. There's been study after study of comparing a calorie restriction diet to a keto diet, and not only do people that eat keto end up losing more weight, but they actually lose more fat. So it's not just about losing weight. We actually care more about losing fat, right? We want to get the fat off of our bodies that we don't need to be holding on to. We want to look better. We want to feel better, right? And so getting your body into a state of ketosis is a fat burning state. So now you're burning fat for fuel instead of sugar for fuel. You're burning your stored body fat and you're preserving muscle. So people that lose weight just through calorie restriction alone will tend to lose weight overall. Like they'll lose muscle as well as fat, but not so with keto. So that's what's really powerful about keto is it is a body recompositioning diet. So you'll be losing weight, you'll be primarily losing fat and preserving muscle mass. And that's why I was the same size, same pant size, same waist size, 10 pounds heavier on keto than I ever was just following a low calorie diet. So, and this is another reason why it's so important to take photos and measurements instead of just the scale. Imagine if I wasn't paying attention to that, and I would be so frustrated feeling like, man, why am I putting in all this hard work and I still can't seem to reach that weight? It was really illuminating for me to realize, well, hold on a second, I'm actually the same size. Now I did end up getting back down to that weight and being even smaller than I was on my wedding day, but I tell that story just to remind you guys that the scale is not the only indicator of progress, nor is it the best indicator of progress. Tracking inches and looking at your photos, your side-by-side comparison photos, that can be so encouraging. This is true for me, and this is true, I see it all the time with my clients. There will be weeks and weeks of not losing any weight, but you're losing inches. It's totally crazy. So I've had a very dysfunctional relationship with the scale in the past. I've shared my story, that there's actually been several times, even earlier this year, where I just threw my scale in the trash. Literally got rid of it because, and I talk about this a lot, like different types of personalities, but I'm more of an abstainer than a moderator. I'm kind of an all or nothing type of person. And so I have found that what's most effective for me is either to just not pay attention to the scale at all and track photos and measurements as my indicator so that I don't obsess over the number, or to actually just weigh myself every single day and just treat it as just data and kind of track the weekly average and the downward trends. But I work with a lot of clients who are more moderators. They don't want to do, either of those things. They don't want to weigh in every single day, and they don't want to never weigh in. And they find it best to just kind of weigh in once a week and get that weekly check-in. I've found that Fridays tend to be the best day. Just a little pro tip, because normally we tend to eat a little bit more over the weekend. We'll treat ourselves over the weekend a little bit more, and we tend to be a lot more intentional during the work week, right? So if you want to just weigh in once a week, my suggestion is to choose Friday mornings. That's what a lot of my more moderator clients like to do. So every time I start with a new client, especially when she has a lot of weight to lose, we carry a lot of shame around taking that before photo, right? But I really want to encourage you to just do it. No one has to see it but you. Or if you're working with a coach like me, we'd keep it private. But it's so powerful to be able to see the side-by-side comparison photos. And I encourage my clients to take once a month photos, to take measurements almost every week, and to take those photos at least once a month. And then I just do a side-by-side comparison for you. It's so hard to really see your own progress because you look at yourself in the mirror every single day, and we're just not prone to notice those types of things. You'll notice your clothes getting looser, and it's so great to see the inches go down. And the side-by-side photos is such a cool thing. And you actually never know, you might want to share it someday. I know I felt that way. I never took before photos, and because I carried so much shame around that. And I think I really would have liked to eventually share it with people. You don't have to be, naked. You don't have to be in your underwear. A lot of clients, just do it something where you can see the form of your body, spandex shorts or pants, and not a t-shirt that's just so loose that you can't really tell. But so go ahead and do that. You can do it by yourself. You don't have to ask somebody to take the photo. You can just do, a selfie in the mirror, and then you have that to be able to see your progress. There will be times when the scale is seemingly stalled or seemingly plateaued, but trust that you're still making progress by looking at your progress through photos and through measurements. And just be encouraged today, if that's you and you just keep getting really frustrated with the scale, just remember that weight fluctuates daily. Especially for women, it's more so likely to fluctuate. So just some reasons why the scale might fluctuate would be your time of the month. Where are you in your cycle? Even on keto, I still gain maybe about 2 to 3 pounds right before I get my period, and then it just goes right away a couple days into my period. So that's still completely normal. Your body's going to retain water, your hydration levels. So, if you drink a bunch of water and then you jump on the scale, or you maybe ended up having something with a lot of sodium in it yesterday, your body might be retaining water. So inflammation can be another reason. So are you sick? Is your body fighting something off? Did you just have a tough workout yesterday? Because when you're working out, your body can tend to get inflamed. It's natural, it's normal, especially weightlifting. So you're tearing muscle and your body is rebuilding it and you're getting stronger. But inflammation is very natural because your body, whenever you have like a wound or a breakdown of muscle, your body is trying to repair that. So it gets inflamed. Water retention from sodium or gluten, even a bowel movement. Have you had one today? That can cause it. And then eating late at night can be another thing too. So if you just had a big meal later than you normally would, and then you hop on the scale the next morning, that could have something to do with it. These are just a few reasons. There's really so many reasons that the scale is really not the best indicator of progress. So remember to take measurements and photos. And just as a reminder, what has really worked for me and what's worked for my clients when it comes to relationship with the scale. What type of person are you? Are you an all or nothing person, or are you more of a moderate type of person? If you're all or nothing, you might consider just getting the scale out of your life because it's causing you more harm than good, and focus on your photos and your inches. You're allowed to do that. That's totally okay. Or you could hop on the scale every single day and try to just take away the power from whatever it reads that day, knowing that there's so many factors that go into it. And then daily weigh-ins, track it every single day, and then take the weekly average. So literally every weight for the past 7 days, add them together, divide by 7. That's your average weekly weight. And is your average weekly weight this week lower than your average weekly weight last week? Well, you're making progress, even if it seems like you're actually higher today than you were this same day last week. Does that make sense? And, or if you're more of a moderate type of person and doing anything every single day, it's not something that you want to do, then again, the best day probably to weigh in would be Fridays. So I have an offer that I want to share with you guys today. It's something that I just found out about. It's this company called Shape-Up, and they have created a scale that does not have any numbers on it. You still step on the scale every single day, and it flashes a color light at you. So there's 4 different color lights, and it kind of lets you know how you're doing without giving you the exact number. It's pretty cool. There's an app that goes along with it, and it gives you different strategies. Well, you set your strategies that you're working on. So maybe you want to take a walk every day. So it's kind of monitoring your health more through the action steps that you're taking rather than the actual number on the scale. But it still allows you to hop on the scale every single day, have that habit without obsessing over the number. If this is something that you're interested in, I think it's really cool. I can actually help you to get a free scale, and then you would just pay the monthly fee. Normally the scale is $100, but you would just pay the monthly fee. I think it's only $10 a month when you pay in full for the year, which is pretty cool. So if that's something you're interested in, just send me a direct message at the Keto Fit over on Instagram or Facebook, and I can help you out with that. So again, my name is Jess, and I help women lose weight and overcome emotional eating with a keto diet and mindset and motivation coaching. I am a personal coach. I offer coaching in one-on-one format or also in group coaching. And our next group is starting up the week after Labor Day. So if that's something that you're interested in being a part of, the deadline is September 1st. So I would love to talk to you as soon as possible. I offer a free curiosity call. It would take about 15 minutes and just give us a chance to get to know each other a little bit better. And I can answer any questions that you might have. So I can't wait to talk with you. Guys, I hope that you have an amazing day, and I'll be back with you guys tomorrow, giving a little bit more information about coaching, and back with you guys really every day this week. I love hanging out with you all. Can't wait to hear from you and meet you one-on-one. So send me a message today. Take care. Bye-bye.